Hi, and welcome to day 2 of the January Intentions Challenge. Today is a more mellow day. We're going to be doing some yin yoga. So if you have any pillows or a bolster, even better, nearby, you can grab them. Blocks will also do the trick. They might just be a little less comfortable. But ideally a bolster. I just don't have one with me right now. But pillows is great, and they don't have to be like this. They can just be bigger pillows like the ones you have in your bed or whatnot. So yeah, without further ado, we're going to get started. Today's going to be much more mellow. You can even keep a long sleeve shirt on if you have one. We're going to be holding poses for a little bit longer, and yeah, just taking it easy today. So without further ado, we're going to start on our backs. So if you can lay your pillows kind of vertically, so along the length of the mat, then you can sit just in front of the pillows, and we're going to lay the upper back on the pillows so that it's supporting the chest. The head can either fall back or rest on the pillows. Make sure that your hips are on the ground. And then let's reach the arms out to the sides, and you can keep the soles of your feet touching and just bend the knees, allowing the knees to fall out to the sides. If this is too much for your legs, you can always support the knees with blocks or more pillows, or you can also have your legs just straight. So whatever feels right for you today as we start this practice. And once you're there, let's close the eyes. And as always, we're going to start with our 3 deep cleansing breaths. So deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale through the mouth, let it go. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, release. And one more deep breath in. Exhale to release. And now let's start to breathe deeply in and out through the nose. You can engage Ujjayi breath here, although we're not really trying to build energy. But Ujjayi breath can be really helpful to stay connected to the breath. So just making the breath audible by restricting the back of your throat can help you feel more present, more grounded, more connected to yourself. And the most important part of today's practice is going to be the breath. So we're not doing much with the body, but we're doing a lot with the breath. And the difference between yin yoga and restorative yoga is that in yin, we're always trying to feel something. So you want to feel an opening, you want to feel a stretch, you want to feel something, and you want to try to find more space and more sensation using your breath. So for example, here we're going to direct the breath up into the chest, lifting the heart space and opening up the heart space more. And then with the exhale, focus on relaxing the hips, allowing the knees to open more and fall down closer towards the mat. So deep Ujjayi breaths or normal breathing, but try to make full yogic breaths then. So drawing the breath all the way down into the belly and up into the chest. Ujjayi breath is just as if you're breathing, but with the mouth closed. So imagining you're trying to fog up a mirror, but with the mouth closed. All right, we're going to stay here for a little longer. Just focusing on the breath, drawing your attention inwards onto all the different sensations in the body. Maybe right now you're just noticing the contact between your body and the bolster or pillows, or the contact between your body and the floor, feeling the texture of the ground or the texture of your mat beneath you. Wherever you feel tension or resistance in the body, try to focus on those areas, and with each breath out, try to relax them a little more. And let's take 5 more breaths here. And with the last 5 breaths, try to really feel all the different sensations in your body a little more. On your next inhale, you can take a moment to stretch. So maybe reaching the arms above the head and straightening the legs. And just making sure that your movements between shapes are very mindful. There's no quick or rash movement. And we're going to roll off to one side. And with one of your hands, you can just remove the pillows out of the way. And then just lie onto your back again, either with the legs straight or knees bent, knees together, feet wide apart in constructive rest. And we'll just take a few breaths here between each shape that we do to observe if you feel any slight after effects of the previous shape. All right, next we're going to move on to happy baby. So bringing the knees into the chest. Let's hold the outer blades of the feet. Maybe you have a strap or a towel around your feet if this is too deep. And again, this is not the most relaxing shape. You still have to make a little bit of an effort to hold this shape. But try to only make the effort required to be here. So trying to relax your body as much as possible. And in the yin shape, you don't have to engage the feet, you don't have to engage the legs, as opposed to when we're here in a normal quote-unquote yoga class. So really trying to bring as much softness as possible. But you should still feel quite a deep stretch in the hips. Sending the breath into the lower belly. And then just noticing how much the breath can change the sensation. So when you really breathe into the lower belly and press the navel out, you should feel the stretch increase around your hips. And when you breathe out, you should feel a little bit of a relief, a little bit more space. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And then slowly release. Come back down to the mat, maybe constructive rest again. Feet wide apart, knees together, or maybe straightening out the legs. Just allowing the legs to relax completely for a moment. And using this time to observe any after effects of the previous shape. And then with as little movement as possible, we're going to come all the way up to tabletop. Maybe even keeping your eyes closed. And you can do some very small movements here. Just moving very slowly, trying to stay in this zone of calmness. So no quick movements. Everything is very mindful and slow. And now from here, we're going to come into one downward facing dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the hips up high, pressing back. And the downward facing dog can have bent knees, or you can keep them straight, whatever feels nice for you. And again, trying to relax, so relaxing the head down. And let's just take 2 more breaths here. And then we're going to bring the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Drop the left knee down, and then make sure to have your pillows nearby. Let's bring the pillows on the inside of the right foot. So you can either bring your hands down on the pillows. Of course, if you have blocks, maybe that's a little bit more stable. And we're just going to start to stretch. So we're stretching the front of the left hip, also the right hip. And you can stay here on your hands, or you can come down onto your elbows. If you have a block, you can also place the block underneath your forehead to rest your forehead on the block, or just bend your elbows and rest your head in your hands. Again, just trying to find the shape where you feel sensation in the hips, but you're not going past your limit, and you're as relaxed as possible in the rest of your body. And so in yang or vinyasa, usually I would cue to engage the left glute a lot, but not in yin. In yin, it's also not so important to have good alignment. So if you want to look over to one side, or say your head is on a block and you're looking over to the right, you don't have to make sure that you also look over to the left. Let's take 5 more deep breaths here. And then we're going to open up the hip. So I'll just move the pillow so you can see. We're going to lift the right big toe off the mat and just come onto the outer blade of the right foot, allowing your right knee to fall out to the right a little bit more. So you can stay here on your elbows. And we're just opening up that right hip a little bit more. Again, if you came down onto your elbows and you realize that it is too deep, you can always come back onto your hands, no problem at all. And feel free to use way more pillows. You can have 5, 6 pillows around. The more props, the better in yin. So just doing what suits your body, your needs. And breathing deeply, noticing the sensations around the right hip, maybe the front of the left hip. And trying to become aware of the sensations, and if they stay constant or if they move around, maybe change in intensity. And you might find that the sensations are never constant. Let's go for another 5 breaths. And then slowly we're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog very slowly. Downward facing dog or tabletop if you prefer to stay on your hands and knees. Again, just about 5 breaths to notice the after effects of that shape. Noticing if you feel any differences between your right and left leg. Making sure to relax your head. And then we will step the left foot to the top of the mat. You can do that in multiple steps. Heel toeing the left foot towards the top of the mat. Once again, making sure those pillows are on the inside of your left foot. We'll start off with the left foot being flat on the ground. You can untuck your right toes if you want. Of course, feel free to bring a towel underneath the right knee. And once again, you can start on your hands or maybe directly onto the elbows, whatever works for you. And breathing deeply, trying to find comfort even if it feels uncomfortable right now. Remembering to send the breath all the way down to the lower belly. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And then we're going to open up the left hip. So we're going to just lift the left big toe off the mat, coming onto the outer blade of your left foot, and allow the left knee to drop a little bit further to the left. Now let's take another 5 breaths here. And then let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders once more. And let's make our way back to downward facing dog very slowly. And once again, observing the after effects of that shape. And now we're going to walk all the way up to the top of the mat slowly. And now there's two options here. We're going to stay nice and low, knees generously bent, grabbing opposite hand to opposite elbow. You can either stay like that, or if you have a wall in front of you, you can go with your back against the wall. So I'll just show you quickly. Yeah, back against the wall and just relaxing like that, if that makes any sense. All right, so choosing your position, and we'll just stay here. Trying to make sure that you're fully relaxed, so I'm actually going to let go of my hands and place them on the mat. It's more comfortable in my opinion. And then making sure that the muscles around your neck and shoulders are fully soft. Of course, the legs have to be engaged to stay in this position, so there's always a little bit of engagement, but as little as possible. And allow your upper body to hang down towards the ground. Noticing the length of your spine, noticing the hips, the shoulders. Trying to breathe more space into your upper body. Let's take another 5 breaths here. And then we're going to make our way down to the ground. So very slowly, in whatever way feels more natural for you. And we're just going to sit down and extend the legs out and lean back into the hands, allowing your head to fall over to whichever shoulder feels more comfortable. Maybe also chin into the chest or head back. Allowing any sensations of the legs to pass. And then we're slowly going to move on to our next shape, which is a wide-legged seated forward fold. So I encourage you to bring a lot of pillows in front of you. We're going to separate the legs. We're not going to engage the legs. Just make sure that you have enough pillows that you can rest on them. And we're going to go as far as you feel comfortable, so until you feel a stretch, but it's about 70% of your limit. We're always riding the edge, not really going past it. And then once you're at 70%, then we just breathe there, and about halfway in, I will let you know, and then you can maybe remove a pillow or all of them. Just making sure that you're never going past your limit, you're always supported. And once you're on the pillows, once again, you can look over to whichever side you prefer, it doesn't matter. And let's relax. All right, So breathing deeply, relaxing the legs, not worrying about your spine being straight, just sending the breath into the spaces that feel tight, trying to create more space. I will just move so that you can get maybe a better angle. And the arms can be wherever you want. So you can have them out in front of you, out to the sides, wherever you prefer. And now if you want to stay where you are, you can. If you want to go deeper, if you feel like your body has given you more space, maybe remove one of your props or both, and we'll stay here for a little longer. And remembering the aim is to feel a sensation always. So you don't want to feel too supported. Just make sure you still feel something. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And then slowly let's come out using the help of the hands. Again, I encourage you to keep the eyes closed. And you can lean back into your hands. Maybe bring the legs together, keeping them bent or straight. And just using this time to observe the after effects of the shape. Finally, we will be heading back down to the mat. So you can use your hands to support you all the way down. And coming into constructive rest. From here, we will take a supine twist called cat pulling its tail. So there's multiple options. We're going to start with the right leg down. So we're just going to bring the right heel as close as possible to the left glute, left butt cheek. All right, and then the left hand will hold the top of the right foot and try to drop your right knee down. Now, if that causes any discomfort, you can always bring a pillow underneath your right knee. Now the right hand holds the outside of the left knee. That's option 1. And we twist. We bring the left knee over to the right. Again, you can bring lots of pillows underneath your left knee to support it, or just keep it hanging in the air. If you have the knee bent, probably pillows under the knee is a better idea. Option 2, if you have the space, if you feel like your body wants to go deeper, right hand holds the outer blade of the left foot and you straighten the leg and then come into the twist. So it's up to you to find out what your body needs, what your limit is. Again, we're not trying to go past the limit. We're just trying to make sure we feel something. And if you are more flexible in a certain area, then you will probably have to go deeper to feel a stretch. That's just how it is. So if you're less flexible, then you don't have to go as deep, and that's also great. All right, so whenever you found your shape, we will stay there. And you don't have to worry too much now if your shoulders are grounded or anything like that. Just try to keep hooking your feet with your hands and then relax your body as much as possible. Notice where you feel the sensation. So for me, it's in the left glute, maybe a little bit above the left hip. And then try to send your breath there. Notice if any sensations start to arise, maybe some tingling in the left leg. Maybe the sensations just feel less or more intense. And staying mindful, keeping your awareness on your breath and on your body. Let's take 5 more breaths here. On your next inhale, let's slowly come back through center, meeting in constructive rest, taking 3 to 5 breaths here. If you had the pillows on the right side, you might want to move them to the left already. And just noticing any after effects of that shape. And then we'll move on to the other side. So we're bringing the left knee down. The right hand will hold the top of the left foot, and we're pulling the left heel as close as possible to the right sit bone, right glute. And then we will hold either the right knee with the left hand or the right foot. You can start with the right knee and come into the twist, and then decide if you want to keep your leg bent or if you want to straighten it. The pillow can be wherever you want. You can have way more pillows supporting all parts of your body if you need. And if you go into the shape with the leg straight and you realize that it's a little too much, You can always come out, you can always rebend the knee. Once you're in your shape, relax. Try to stay completely still and just move the breath into the spaces that feel tight. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And then you can slowly make your way back through center. And we'll extend the legs out in front of us for Shavasana. Now for Shavasana, you can have a pillow underneath the backs of your knees or underneath your head. Just making sure you're comfortable and then relaxing completely. We can take 1 cleansing breath together in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Noticing if you feel any tingling sensations in your fingertips, in your toes. And especially noticing all the sensations in the legs. Feeling the length of your legs, the heaviness. And with each breath out, allowing your body to become heavier and to sink deeper into the mat. If you haven't already let go of your breath, now is the time. We're not engaging anything anymore, just allowing the body to be alive on its own without us interfering or trying to control anything. And let's just take these last few moments to observe. Observe the body doing its work, its magic. can start to deepen the breath and wiggle fingertips and toes. And take the time to stretch in any direction that feels good. In your own time and in your own way, you can stay lying on your back, of course, but you can also meet me in a comfortable seat, maybe sitting on one of the pillows. Wherever you are, take a few more moments here to check in with yourself. And when you're ready, you can reach your arms above the head. And exhale to bring the hands to the heart space. And as you go forth into the rest of your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today for day 2 of our January challenge. I hope that you're ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be power yoga, focusing on building strength in the legs. It is quite a leg-focused week. I'm trying to keep it kind of in a theme, but we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the mellow class. Hopefully you don't have much to do right now, or you can just relax for a few more moments. Ideally, this is probably the best to do in the evening, or if you don't have much to do during the day. I'll see you tomorrow. That's all I wanted to say. All right, have a good day. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to sign up to the newsletter if you want a chance to win my favorite travel yoga mat.